All right, so not the first time he has been the #1 bantamweight contender, but most would argue this is a totally different beast than the man who arrived in a championship setting prior. Your thoughts on the #1 contender coming in here tonight?
You know, when you get here, you find an opportunity to try and become the man. But if it doesn't work out, you got to find your way back. That's exactly what this guy did. Not many believe that he would find his way back to this championship. He has, but now he understands that this will be the last chance. The last chance to become the champion. He cannot miss this opportunity. It's all or nothing for this guy walking into the octagon.
As some might say, don't be Russell Westbrook, right? Don't get to the NBA Finals one time, you gotta get back.
There twice. You gotta get there twice.
Triple C, Henry Cejudo, as usual, ready to battle as he tries to take home the title. All right, so the 135-pound division has been owned by this man. He is showing no signs of slowing down, and not unlike some other champions we have, showing new wrinkles with every passing title.
Every time he gets to the octagon, he looks better. There's something new. There's something improved about our champion. He's just one of those guys that will never take a day off. He will never allow for someone to be working when he isn't. He's so intent on being dominant that he makes sure that he leaves no stone unturned. Tonight he has done that, and he assures us that he's going to keep his championship.
There were a few guys that could have gotten this title fight. He believes the most worthy opposition got this opportunity. Now the champion's job is to turn him back. Our tale of the tape for this bantamweight championship fight. All right, we send it back inside the octagon. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Bantamweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Henry Triple C Cejudo. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting, leading, defending, undisputed UFC Bantamweight Champion of the World, Raphael Assuncao.
The veteran Herbert Dean, our referee for this one. All right, so here we go from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, and wherever we are in the world, most fighters on this roster, to a man, to a woman, they want the chance at some point to make this walk here in Vegas.
You absolutely want to fight in Las Vegas. Before it was the MGM Grand, it was the Mandalay Bay. Now it is the T-Mobile Arena, the most beautiful arena in the world and the home to the biggest UFC fights right now. From international fight with the championship fight all across the board, you come to T-Mobile.
How clean is that jab by Assuncao? You see how comfortable Cejudo is in the pocket. It wasn't necessarily the case when he made his UFC debut back in 2014. Triple C for now, maybe C4 in the future, but Henry Cejudo getting a takedown early in this one, DC.
I mean, the guy's an Olympic champion. He's the best wrestler the UFC has ever seen. This guy is next level when it comes to getting takedowns. And he doesn't rush. He starts in that wide karate-based stance, lets you make a mistake. Next thing you know, you're flat on your back. As Henry Cejudo always anticipated it would be when he stepped into the fight.
Big combination here of ground and pound strikes. Nice work by the ever-improved Henry Cejudo. Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire.
These are big shots, and they're not glancing blows. When he's throwing, he is landing so clean that his head is starting off the mat.
Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Cejudo. He continues to evolve as a striker. Oh, nice job to split his guard and get the ground strike home again. All right, well, he's got him softened up here. Under 2 minutes to go.
That was a slick transition.
Well, you see all the grappling repetitions here. Just beautiful movement, seamless transitions on the wrist.
Over and over, these guys are doing things that you see in every jiu-jitsu gym around the country.
Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by the ever-improved Henry Cejudo.
Another ground and pound strike lands for this man.
All right, half guard position here, DC. You have an extra hop in your step when you talk about fighters working out of this half guard.
Oh, man. I like half guard as a top fighter. I understand half guard as a bottom fighter. Don't want to be there. It's very dangerous. But if you are there, you have to be winning the position of the underhook. It opens up so many opportunities for you to either escape or sweep.
Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here. Round 2 is next.
All right, breathe. Deep breath in for it. All right, listen. I need you to go out there, and I want you to do more of that. Let's set up those takedowns with your strike.
All right, let's look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. How about just the efficiency when it comes to the ground and pound game?
He was able to throw at the right time, secure at the right time. He wasted no action. For me, this is the most exciting type of fight. A guy that is just dominating his opponent, really, truly putting the grind on his opponent from the top position.
Ready.
All right, round 2. Different round, but same approach out of the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter. Not sure if there was an injury, but his ground game is so strong, he hasn't made any effort to take the fight.
I don't understand when you possess that skill, when you're so good on the ground.
Oh, there he goes, attacking that lead leg to the outside. Nasty kick there.
Nasty leg kick. You gotta slow down your opponent. He knew his opponent wanted to move a lot tonight. This is the first step in getting him to slow down and fight at your pace.
All right, so an opportunity goes by the boards. He had him stunned, nearly finished, and now his opponent has recovered.
Now he's got
picture-perfect shot there, DC, and one more of those, he might be out.
I mean, the fight is going to be over. I can't believe he's still standing. That shot landed perfect.
All right, working on the ground here. His opponent's feet on the hips.
He passes to half guard.
All right, so look at that. A cut has been opened around that eye area.
He's taking shots over and over again to that area, and now he's dealing with a cut.
Lands with the ground and pound here. Another ground and pound strike lands.
There it is. Now he's on the mountain. You gotta be careful here.
Ground and pound keeps coming. Good movement to avoid that damage coming down. Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by the ever-improved Henry Cejudo. Ooh, right into side control, DC.
This is where you want to be now because you get to make your opponent decide. They try to turn back into you, you can attack guillotines. If they turn away to try to get to your knees, you throw your hooks in and you got all your rear choke submissions. Now he's looking arm triangle on the opposite side. When he goes to finish, look, he's got it locked. When he goes to finish, he has to pass his body all the way to the opposite side, drop his chest to get enough pressure to finish his technique.
Oh, he gets out.
He was able to get his hips back and his chest down towards the mat.
And you just spilled your popcorn all over the
I
broadcast.
absolutely did, Johnny. You know I love popcorn.
All right, that's the end of round number 2. All right, there's the horn. What a round it was, DC. And, of course, the seminal moment, that big knockdown that nearly got his opponent out of there for good.
Almost finished the fight, but now he needs to reset, right? Don't rush. Go back out into the next round and just try to find that shot again. If he rushes, if he overexerts himself, he will run out of energy and put himself at risk of losing the fight.
All right, so a high-level round there for him. We'll show you some of the action here, and you got to think the knockdown is going to be featured prominently here. Thought he might have had him out of there.
He thought he had him, but the guy's tough. The guy's durable. He has a fantastic chin, but he just needs to stay the course. He does not need to be discouraged. Think about this. You're winning, and you're winning going away. That was just a moment. Keep going in the same direction, and you will get the finish that you want so bad.
Here we go, third round of this championship fight. Oh, beautiful jab there by Assuncao. Well, significant swelling now in and around that left eye. Might even be starting to close. Takedown defense holds up. Nice work here on the clinch by Assuncao. Oh, clean hook there.
Great job moving into his opponent and getting to that single collar.
Well, straight right hand has been a good weapon for him, and this is with it there. That's good defense to block that punch. And both fighters exchange in the pocket. All right, there it is. Right on cue, another takedown for the Olympic gold medalist, Henry Cejudo.
Olympic gold medalist, so you would expect him to get takedowns. He said that tonight he would not focus so much on the wrestling, but it is proven that time and time again you go to your bread and butter. Henry Cejudo's smart, and he's getting multiple takedowns.
Oh, nice job by him there to move it to half guard. Not much resistance from the bottom fight.
He's just too good in this position. Look for ground and pound immediately.
Cejudo's back in half guard. Ground and pound strike there now.
He's very accurate in the ground and pound, and it's showing because he's landing so consistently.
Under 2 minutes now to go. Well, this is a tough fighter to buck off. Very good pressure and work here by Cejudo. All right, so he's got the ground and pound game going here. Oh, big elbow. Ground and pound, the hammer Mark Coleman would be proud. Oh, and another punch on the ground gets through. May need some defense here.
That was nice.
All right, side control now. And there it is again. Targeting that swelling. Why would you not, right? You doled out all this damage. Might as well go right back to it.
Well, especially if your opponent is not going to move his head. He's still trying to go out on his shield. He's so stubborn in trying to prove that he's tough. It's really costing him right now.
So the crowd absolutely loving it as these fighters work their way back to the feet.
The fighters are back to their feet now, and they can take in the applause because they deserve it after that grappling exchange.
All right, that's 3 rounds in the books. We are headed to the championship rounds. All right, good news is the round is over. Bad news, a lot of clinch work here. Assuncao's eye is looking pretty bad at this point, DC. The cut man's going to hustle in there and see if he can work on that, or that eye might swell shut. All right, back to the stool, and he is officially swole, and I'm not talking about muscles. He is swollen up top.
I mean, he looks bad. It's because he was too stationary. He was on the receiving end of too many big shots. He was beat up. He was battered. He was bruised. And look at all the swelling. It shows that he has taken far too many.
We have arrived at the 4th round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. And now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Such a sneaky head kick. He did not recognize it. Just coming high.
These guys are absolutely getting after it. Huge shots landing on both sides. Double leg. Stuffed. Lands a big elbow there. Nice right there from Assuncao. Trying to guard pass here. Not today.
No, it ain't happening. Good job understanding the transition.
Oh, he reversed position there on the ground, and he's now in the dominant position. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy.
He's got to start throwing down.
Nicely done. Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Cejudo. He continues to evolve as a striker. Oh, nice movement to avoid that strike coming down.
In the half guard.
The Olympic gold medalist Cejudo, ground and pound from half guard now. This is some exhausting work, man.
I mean, it is so tiring to be fighting in this way. So much wrestling, so much grappling, expending all this energy trying to hold the guy down. I mean, no takedown is not fought. No reversal is not fought. Everything they're doing is fought to the very last minute before it gets given up.
Well, you know he's tougher than I am, right? But
gotta be careful here.
all right, half guard now. Not a fighter you want in half guard against you. For the bottom fighter, what does he need to do?
He needs to secure his underhook. He's got to be fighting for underhook. One of the most key things you can do as a bottom fighter stuck in half guard is try to frame. You frame and push your opponent away from you. By pushing him away from you, he will then want to come back into you.
Right.
It's like when I push you back, you want to go forward. So as he comes forward, hand goes off the face, let it slip into an underhook, build up to your elbow, then go chase your single leg. This is high-level grappling, John, from a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt named Daniel Cormier.
Assuncao getting work here from the top. Let's see if he goes for a sweep to try to get back to his feet. Final seconds of the round. Side control now. Cejudo's back in full mount. 20 minutes down, potentially 5 to go. Heading back to the corner now. A lot of clinch work here. Assuncao's eye starting to look pretty bad. He absorbed a lot of damage over those 5 minutes. We'll see if the cut man can do anything about that. All right, well, 1 minute of end swell can only do so much. Let us look back at some of the damaging strikes in that previous round.
It doesn't seem like it's going to do much. And if it does, he can't take any more of these shots. He was too stationary. He took everything square on the target. He's got to move his head, and he's got to be proactive instead of reactive in terms of his defenses.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Fifth and final round. Clean execution on that leg kick. So he's really starting to put together some significant body shots here. These are going to take their toll as this fight goes on.
Good jab there by the champion.
Assuncao gets tagged by that straight punch. Nice land for the offense there. Well, you can just see. Now his opponent's really on the ropes.
His opponent's on beat street. He's hurt so bad. I don't know what he's going to do to stay in this fight.
And mixes in a takedown. Why not? Cejudo's in half guard. All right, operating inside the closed guard now. Just over 3 minutes now to go in the fight. Cejudo's back in half guard. He's very comfortable here. Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
Oh, big shot. Down. Oh!
You cannot sit in this position. Referee will have no choice but to stop the fight.
Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by the ever-improved Cejudo. Man, another one lands. He's trying to pound his opponent's head through the canvas.
He's doing a great job.
And that will do it.
Oh, my goodness.
Gets the win by TKO.
Holy smokes.
Just a relentless effort out of this fighter here tonight. The ref had no choice but to step in, and that is how you leave the judges out of it. All right, let's get you some replays now. Certainly a lot for our replay guys to work with in the truck. This was a clinic tonight in terms of mixed martial arts acumen in every realm of the game.
And once he got to the top, he started to land brutal ground and pound until the fight was called off. Just a dominant performance from the top position.
All right, here's Bruce Buffer now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 50 seconds of round number 5. Declaring the winner by TKO and new undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, Henry Triple C Cejudo!
All right, you heard it there from Bruce Buffer. Message sent. Henry Cejudo, the Olympic gold medalist, your winner tonight.